don't know. I know what my mindset is. If I could be a mind reader, it would certainly help me in my profession. I know this. I know that we got the number 2 ranked team in the country coming to our building in a couple of days, and my hope is that they'll be excited about having that opportunity.
Looking back, what did Martavius bring when he got those minutes? Was there a noticeable difference when he was in the game?
There was a noticeable difference, and just the ability to fight. That as a coach is what you want. You're not always going to win every game. You're not always going to make every shot. Sometimes you can do everything that you're supposed to and still come up short, be outmanned a little bit. But you just want to see guys fight. And I thought for him, he brought us great energy, which he normally does. He got balls. He kept balls alive. Those 50-50 balls, those possessions that we always talk about, I thought he did a good job of keeping balls alive, fighting, giving us extra possessions, giving us a chance.
He said he realized pretty early that, offensively, he's going to take a step back because this team needed a defensive presence, a scrappy presence, and that's kind of the role he's made for himself. Do you see that too?
Well, when we signed him, if you remember, I described him as kind of a 6'3" version of Murphy, kind of a positionless guy, but always around the ball, plays with great physical toughness, and he's always in attack mode. And that's really the thing that he can bring this team that we lost for the 3 weeks that he was gone.
Is he ready to go full go on Saturday?
I hope so. He's been cleared medically. We didn't know how quickly he would respond to the basketball aspect of it. We practiced the day before Kentucky, did well. Again, I went in not really expecting to play him because I didn't want to put him in a position that he wasn't ready for physically. But we certainly needed him. He responded in adverse circumstances, so my intention is to certainly play him Saturday.
How difficult is it to match up with Florida and all of their different weapons?
They're a very good basketball team. 4 seniors. They're better collectively than they are when you start breaking them down individually. That's not a slight on them individually, but they are truly the consummate team. I think it's Billy's best job that I've been a part of the league for 8 years, and one of those was a national championship team. I think he's maximized this group. They've developed guys that were quote-unquote role players in the past into all-league type players. I've been really, really impressed with them as a team. We're going to have to play an A game to give ourselves a chance from an effort standpoint, from an efficiency standpoint, and we've got to make sure that we take the right approach to have a chance to beat a team of their caliber.
Obviously, Andy, Auburn almost won against them. Are they vulnerable somewhere, or was that just Auburn's perfect game?
I thought Auburn played extremely well, made shots. Anytime you can shoot the ball at about a 50% clip, I think Auburn was over 50% from 3. Held their own in a number of different areas, which gave themselves a chance down the stretch. Florida, it was not their best game. I think Billy admitted that, and yet they still found a way to win, and that's what good teams do.
Goal definition-wise, is this team comparable to those championship teams that were so good for so long?
Different. Those championship teams had lottery picks on them. Joakim Noah's an NBA All-Star, Al Horford's an NBA All-Star, Corey Brewer's an NBA starter. Not saying that these kids don't have futures in basketball, but it's a different dynamic from a size and strength standpoint. I think Scotty Wilbekin has to be in consideration for Player of the Year in our league. I think he's certainly the most valuable player for what he brings their unit. Casey Prather is having a terrific year, going from a guy that was a 5, 10, 15-minute-a-game guy, a guy that's leading them in scoring. And then Patrick Young, it seems like he's been there 25 years. He's certainly been in the weight room about those 25. He's a big, strong guy whose game is developed. He's developed a low-post scoring ability that he didn't have in the past. He's always been very, very physically imposing. So I just think they have a consummate team.
Is Wilbekin taking even another step as a perimeter defender this year?
I think he's a terrific on-ball defender. Our anticipation would be that he's going to guard Marshall off the ball. He's very, very good at fighting through screens, reading defenses. The thing that I think has improved is his ability to make plays with the ball. In the past, he's always deferred, whether it be to Kenny Boynton, whether it be to Eric Murphy, whoever it may be. Now he's the guy. When the game's on the line, he's going to make plays off the ball.
What's the biggest